My landlord charged me $8,000 in penalty fees over 9 months, so I charged him $34,000 back, using his own lease. When I signed the lease for my apartment, I didn't read it carefully enough. It was 47 pages long, and my landlord Kevin stood over me the whole time, tapping his pen against the table. Standard stuff, he kept saying. Just sign here, here, and here. The penalties started 2 weeks after I moved in. I got a text at 9 p.m. Rent payment received 4 hours late. $500 late fee applied per section 12.3. I paid at 4 p.m. on the 1st. Rent was due by noon, apparently. I checked the lease. He was right. Buried in section 12.3, it specified noon. The next month I paid at 11:47 a.m. I still got charged $500 because I'd sent it through the portal, which took up to 30 minutes to process. And Kevin considered the payment time to be when it cleared his account, not when I submitted it. After that, I started paying the night before. Then came the text response penalties. Section 8.7 required tenants to respond to landlord communications within 2 hours, or face a $200 fine. Kevin would text me at random times. Did you receive the water bill? At 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Confirming you'll be present for inspection at 6 a.m. on Saturday. I'd wake up to text sent at 3 a.m. and have to respond immediately or get fined. By month 4, I'd paid $2,300 in penalties. The apartment was falling apart, but Kevin wouldn't fix anything. The toilet leaked, the heater didn't work, and there was black mold growing in the bathroom. I submitted 11 maintenance requests. He ignored all of them. Month 6, the heater died completely. It was January and 28 degrees outside. I texted Kevin at 8 a.m. He responded at 4 p.m. Will address next week. I asked if I could use a space heater until then. No auxiliary heating devices allowed per section 19.4. $400 fine if detected. I wore 3 sweaters to bed that night. My hands were so cold I could barely type. I slept in my car twice that week because it was warmer. Kevin finally came to look at the heater 9 days later. He stood in my living room for 45 seconds, said, "Needs a part," and left. By month 9, I'd paid $8,000 total in penalty fees. I was about to break the lease and forfeit my $3,000 deposit when Kevin finally came back to fix the heater. He showed up at 11 a.m. on a Thursday with a repair guy. They were there for 2 hours, making noise and tracking mud across my carpet. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something was bothering me. I pulled out my copy of the lease and read through the whole thing, all 47 pages. That's when I saw it. Section 23.2. Landlord must provide 24-hour written notice before entering property. Failure to provide notice. $500 penalty per occurrence. Kevin had entered my apartment 14 times in 9 months without any notice. I went through my texts. Not once had he given me 24 hours warning. $7,000 right there. Section 15.8. Landlord must respond to maintenance requests within 48 hours. Failure to respond. $300 penalty per day until resolved. I pulled up all my maintenance requests. The toilet leak took him 23 days to respond to. The mold took 31 days. The heater took 47 days. I started calculating. Section 9.6. Landlord must maintain property temperature between 65 to 78 degrees. Failure to maintain $200 penalty per day. The heater had been broken for 16 days in January. Section 18.3. Landlord must provide working appliances as listed in property description. Failure to maintain $400 per appliance per week. The dishwasher hadn't worked since October. 3 months. I spent 4 hours going through everything. Every violation, every late response, every ignored request. The lease didn't specify that penalties only went one way. It just said penalties for violations of this agreement. I documented everything with timestamps from my texts, photos of the broken heater with dates, temperature records from my Nest thermostat. Then I sent Kevin an email at 9:13 p.m. with an itemized bill. 47 days of maintenance delays at $300 per day. 14 on $100, 14 unauthorized entries at $500 each. $7,000, 16 days without heat at $200 per day. $200, 12 weeks of broken dishwasher at $400 per week. $4,800, $9 other lease violations. $4,900 total. $34,000 I ended the email with. For section 29.1, payment is due within 30 days of invoice. Late payment penalties apply at $500 per day. Kevin called me 6 minutes later. I didn't answer. That's a $200 fine for him because section 8.7 says parties must respond to communications within 2 hours, not just tenants. His lawyer contacted me the next morning. We settled for $28,000, which covered my penalties plus 6 months rent. I moved out the day the check cleared. Kevin tried to keep my deposit for improper notice. I reminded him that section 12.8 allows either party to terminate with 30 days notice if the other party has outstanding penalties exceeding $5,000. He's still charging the new tenant $500 for late rent, but now the lease is only 3 pages long.